deja vu homecoming for him. But one thing I know that was actually reverberated here from Mr. Oscar Oyema to the Doyen was the fact that Channels Television should get listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
That really just took the words out of my mouth. I think, first of all, I'd like to seize this opportunity to congratulate you guys for a brilliant job. If you ask me, I think in Nigeria and even beyond, I think Channels Television, particularly your coverage of the business, the markets, financial markets, it has been brilliant, has been exceptional. So for everybody, I think you guys should be really proud of all the achievements that you've been able to accomplish within the 21 years of the existence of Channels. Okay, that said, I think, well, that just re-echoes the fact that for a lot of people, we've actually spoken about the fact that we need some depth in the market, and I think with the kind of clout that Channels Television has in the media segment, I think it's only expected that that kind of the sentiment will be echoed on the floor of the exchange. So yes, it just goes to tell about the expectation of the market, based on the fact that you've done brilliantly in terms of your business coverage.
Okay, So we have the market closing higher today. So is it because of the visit of Channels Television that we saw the markets rallying this afternoon?
There's a feel-good effect to the whole market today. I think that comes to the market is usually news-driven, and possibly the excitement and the fact that there is a lot of expectation for new things coming in from the economic perspective. There is going to be the budget. At least we are going to expect that the budget will be passed earlier than usual. Implementation of the budget will take effect earlier than usual, considering the fact that Nigeria is the place where budget is usually passed towards the end of the year and implementation. So a lot of feel-good effects for 2017, and I think that's just radiating through the market.
All right, Chukwuma, thank you so much for joining me on the program, and of course sharing today with us. Chukwuma is the head of research at GTI Securities, joining me here live on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, where Channels Television chairman, Mr. John Momo OON, has just sounded the closing gong. And taking a look at the numbers right behind me, you can see that we had a positive close at the end of midweek trade today at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And Wilson talked about this earlier on today. The level of reporting of financial markets and reporting from the Nigerian Stock Exchange has evolved over the years, and Channels Television has actually involved with reporting from the Nigerian Stock Exchange with pioneer staff at Channels Media Group as well. So we still got the meet and greet with management of Channels Media Group and the capital market community that actually calls for Channels Television to come and list. But Bismarck Irani said Channels Television is known for its being independence, and as soon as it listens, if Channels Television does go ahead and lists on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, it will begin to distort the independence of the organization as we know it. And at this time, sound, objective reporting of events is what Channels Television is known for. And joining me now to talk more is the Chief Executive Officer of B Associates and Biodun Adedigbe and Associates, Dr. Biodun Adedigbe. Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining me on the program this afternoon. So thank you also for being a part of this auspicious event. It's a historic one for Channels Television. But for you, how would you assess research and analysis and reporting of financial matters for Channels Television and from the Nigerian Stock Exchange?
Well, I will put it simply from a couple of perspectives. Now, the first important role of the media in terms of presentation of data, information about the market, and even research into that in interpretation is that of education of the investing public and indeed the general public. Very, very important. But related to that also is the fact of setting the agenda for public discourse.
And Channels Television does that for you.
I do that very marvelously. And that is very, very important, because what the media puts before the people is what they will converse about. And so if they do proper research and bring the right issues before the public, not only enrich the discourse, but equally at the same time, we get information processed to everyone that needs to have it in order to make decisions. And then, of course, even more importantly, the fact of the the role the media also plays with respect to what I call good corporate governance. Now, for the listed stocks and also for their investors, and of course, the capital market operators that also are involved in managing these relationships, it is so important to ensure that everybody stays above the board. Now, media plays an important role there in the sense that whenever there is information about any of them, what oftentimes the market calls facts behind the figures. But there's even a lot more behind those facts that the media from time to time also brings before the face of everybody. So in which case, all these corporate chieftains, and we know the pattern globally, what we call the tail wags the dog instead of the dog wagging its tail, which means they walk the numbers instead of the numbers working itself out from their actions and decisions.
Dr. Adedipe, thank you so much for joining me on the program, this very special coverage of a closing gong ceremony by Channels Media Group. Thank you so much. Dr. Biodun Adedipe is the Chief Executive Officer of B. Adedipe and Associates. So we're live at the Nigerian Stock Exchange for a special closing ceremony conducted by Channels Media Group, led by the Chief Executive and Chairman of Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momo ON, was here with management. And of course, today is a very historic one because it's part of a lineup of special events to celebrate 21 years of professional broadcasting by Channels Media Group. So I'll be joined very soon on the program, this very special program, by the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, Oscar Onyema. You listened to him a couple of minutes ago while he was giving his speech to welcome officially the management and team from Channels Media Group, led by the Chief Executive Officer and Chairman of the Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momo. So joining me now is Mr. Oscar Onyema, who is the CEO of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Oscar Onyema. Thank you for joining me, and thank you also for your warm welcome today to the Nigerian Stock Exchange. It's a very auspicious day and a historical day for us at Channels Television. So it's conversations have been on with regards getting a lot of media organizations to come list on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and I know you told the chairman as well about having Channels Television coming to list. But why do you think we don't have a lot of media organizations listing on the Nigerian Stock Exchange?
Well, thank you very much for having me on your show. I do believe that historically we have not had a lot of media organizations looking to the capital markets to raise funds. But that is about to change, because if you look globally, the most dynamic and the biggest media houses in the world are all listed. And listing gives you the flexibility to do a number of things, including expand across geographies, sustain the organization even after the founder has decided to retire, and drive sustainability through the corporation, just to mention a few. So we think that as we engage with media organizations and encourage them to view the capital market as a viable alternative for listings and for raising capital, that they would imbibe. And indeed, I'm very pleased and encouraged with the relationship that we have with Channels, especially with your chairman, who is visiting with us today to celebrate your 21st anniversary. And
I dare say that maybe the visit of the Channels Media Group helped to boost the exchange this afternoon, because we see the market closing in positive territory this afternoon. And since yesterday we saw the market off 0.28%.
Right. Yeah, you guys have to visit every day.
Oh yes, we should.
Yes.
We should. So you definitely have to give us a shout out. Channels Television has partnered very closely with the Nigerian Stock Exchange in the last 21 years. So you definitely need to give us a shout out.
Yeah, certainly. We are very impressed with the quality of your reporting. We're impressed with all the awards that you've won, the TV station of the year every year for over 10 years.
Look straight in there and say, Channels at 21, we wish you all the best.
Channels at 21, we wish you all the best. We hope that you can continue to grow. And like one of the traders said on the floor, that you're not only a Nigerian champion, but you truly become an African champion. And that we at the exchange grow with you and see you through that growth phase in your life.
Well, thank you so much, Oscar Oyema, CEO of Nigeria Stock Exchange, for coming on this special event, and of course for your warm welcome and for your warm message to us as well.